Hey, I'm Caleb May, also known as Riobucks, reviewing this game called Lego Games. This is a bizarre little title that I heard about maybe about 2-3 weeks back. Hang on, let me turn the music down a smidge. There you go. Yeah, I heard about this a few weeks back. Basically, everything that I'd heard about this game kind of struck really nice to me. That it's satire on like the education system, namely, as you can tell by the title, the No Child Left Behind. Although I'm not familiar with the actual smaller print of what No Child Left Behind is, as someone from the UK, I'm still the type to be very critical about the education system in its success-based teachings, where rather than teaching students, they're teaching for success, for test results. You know, success-driven education. And also, I'll admit the fact that the developer seems to have a left-wing slant to them. I'll admit, I kind of dig that. I have a left-wing slant myself, so, you know, enough where I'm a bit smidge Marxist. So, yeah, No Pineapple Left Behind just really struck me. And when all the reviews offers came up, like when they were asking who wants to review what, unsurprisingly, no one touched this game, and I just leapt onto it, being like, I've got to do this, I've got to review this game. It's perfect for me, so here we are. This should be coming up on posted on the 18th, although I'm actually reviewing a few days prior, so anyway, with that in place, let's jump into No Pineapple Left Behind, a game where where things like feelings can be cut out by turning all the children into pineapples that just learn and do the test, and what else would you want from a child? Let's play. Hello? Okay, learn the basics. Win the scenario to unlock. Start with 1 million. Win the scenario to unlock. Righto. School buses travel via hyperspace gates. Well, I mean, of course. How else would they travel? I mean, wheels? Roads. In this school, some children are pineapples and some children are children. Sorry, some students are pineapples and some students are children. Pineapples can turn into children and vice versa. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't know that. Pineapples only want to take tests and get grades. Children are complicated and want to do other things. School for the gifted. Wow, okay. You can use the scroll wheel, zoom in. Yep. Okay, so what? That's play. Click a pineapple. Pineapples have grades. And humanity. When they have 100 humanity, they turn into children. Okay, so that's play. That's fast forward.
Hey.
Children are complicated. In addition to having grades and humanity stats, they have traits and quests, which modify their behavior and distract them from getting better grades. They want to ask out Tawana Bickery. Success dating. Failure rejected. Success lose crunch trait. 10 grades, increased chance of teasing each other. Gain dating trait. Okay, so that doesn't make much of a difference. Okay. My god. Yeah. I mean, this is apparently based on the developer's experience at working as a teacher and then quitting, so... Okay, so... -3 grades, teasing, tease, Twana, plus 30%. Okay, click pin. Yep. And close. Okay, so you can just keep it there. You can find students by opening the student manager panel. Do this now. Students. Click to select Pineapple 21187. Okay, close the panel. Click the teacher. Teachers can't be pineapples. A teacher's lesson plan is actually a magic spell. Each spell modifies a student's grades and humanity. Okay. Teacher is currently prepared to cast a televisor spell. The televisor does almost nothing good, but it does nothing bad either. It is best used when a teacher is tired. Switch the teacher spell to more the advanced memorizer. Oh, sorry, I must be a bit dim. I just realised what they're naming them by. Putting the TV on when they're tired, or trying to get children to remember stuff. Okay. I want a new friend. Pineapples, will you be my friend? Spells autocast at the start of class. Wait until block A. You can fast forward if you want. Yeah. Okay, so that goes... Okay. 6... 7. Spell. Oh no! What's the child doing? Wants a new friend. No! Don't get a new friend in there! God. C minus. God damn it. $20! Yes! Okay, gotta fast forward. Game water saves at start each day. Your teacher has gained experience points. Gain experience points over time. Spend your XP to unlock the powerful quantification spell. Hooray! Let's see how well quantification works. So, -10 humanity, 15 grades. Christ. Okay. Oh, I gotta fast forward. Sorry. I didn't realize what they were asking of me. No! Quantification failed. Student lost grades and gained humanity. No! Can't have that. Well, it didn't gain humanity because quantification doesn't give you any humanity. That seems like a really weird... Spells fail when teachers are tired. Okay. F. I don't know, like... I'm trying to think, this reminds me kind of Evil Genius for some reason, like the training aspect of it. Teachers with more energy are more likely to succeed when casting a spell. 40 energy. Looks like this teacher does not have much energy. Better switch to televisation. Hooray! Good pineapples. I mean, so far, I'm not sure why you wouldn't go on fast forward. Maybe I'm missing something quite yet, like it goes a lot more complex and you have like 5 different classrooms. That could... Hooray! You've learned how to cast spells. Next. Do not lose money. Do not lose money for 2 days. Is that hard? Okay, so... Oh, I didn't notice that. Once one of the more dangerous sections of New Ballinona, Midvale, gentrified in the 1990s, is now a popular neighbourhood for the city's more politically liberal residents. It boasts numerous granola trees, compostable folk music EPs, and organic curmudgeons. New Ballinona has housed a Cantapolian population since its earliest colonial days, but it wasn't until the Great Cantaloupe Migration that Cantalopian families began to arrive in large numbers. The majority of them rented squalid tenements in what began known as Little Cantalopia. In 2001, the federal government passed the No Pineapple Left Behind Act. The subsequent Pineapple Initiative, orchestrated by Neill, fundamentally shifted the demographics of New Ballinona by replacing the children with fruit. No district was harder hit than Little Cantalopia. The neighbourhood in which the Cantalopian remains the dominant language has shrunk in recent decades. Okay. No, I really dig that they've put the little things like that in. Ah, okay, so now they've added the whole there are multiple classes. School does not have teachers. You must open the hiring. Teachers with better salaries recharge energy faster. Teachers with more energy are more likely to succeed. Oh. I'll admit that kind of bugs me in the sense that I like the idea where you're hiring people who have multiple skills and you have to work out if to pay more for one skill or pay more for like a collection of skills. And I also enjoy it where a game decides that they'll charge you more money to make it more harder. Like they put you in a situation where you're struggling to kind of you're struggling to find teachers that you want for your school, and someone decides that they're going to force you to pay more now, or you can wait for a cheaper teacher for the same energy count. But I don't know. There you go. On each budget count. School started the day with an F grade. No. Okay. In order to make sure your grades are high enough to make money today, switch both of them to Memorizer. Oh, cool. So, guaranteed success. Go, my little pineapples, go! Wait, what? Did someone just call someone else a monkey? Jesus Christ. Kids can be cruel. Yeah, Joe's... Success! Success! Yes! Teachers cast their spells. They gained 1 experience point each. However, the school is still open. Teacher salaries. Ugh. Click on a teacher. Slash the salaries to 80. Okay, so right at the bottom. Okay. Wow, okay. That's the kind of detail that I totally expect an ex-teacher to put in. Like, you can decide to just completely underpay a teacher to get round, like, the bills. Although the problem is that creates a situation where if they're doing, like, they've got a lot of power, you might, like, raise how much you're paying them for, like, 1 day, and then for, like, just so they get all their power in one shot, and then for the next like 5-6 days you just put it to nothing, which it feels really awkward. Like, it's why I don't like it when you have a sliding scale that doesn't require like so much time to pass, because you just end up forcing a victory through manipulation on a whim. Students are not enrolled in a classroom at the start of a block gain 25 humanity. Okay, they haven't quite explained what, like, the humanity thing. Like, should I be trying to make pineapples since they don't have feelings? Like, why would I want anyone to have humanity? Which kind of works in terms of the message, but it, like, as a satire, that works, but beyond a satirical basis, I don't think it does. Because that's not offsetting anything. Because you slashed your teacher salaries yesterday, they did not recharge a lot of energy today. Fire your teachers and hire fresh ones. Bloody hell. Oh, sorry. Oh, there you go. So, okay, so you just get the new teachers and then you dump their salary down to 80. I mean, am I still paying for like the first day? Like, why wouldn't you just keep hiring, firing, hiring, firing, hiring, firing? I mean, the closest is you'd want to keep that spell count, but it seems like there's not enough spells to kind of make it worthwhile to keep the teachers the same. I mean, what's that budget from? Teacher salary, teacher hiring costs. Okay. That's starting to explain something, yeah. I did. Oh, she's been doing televisor. Blah. Damn it. I shouldn't have done that. I should have paid more attention. You lose. Restart. Fun stats. Boring stats. Best colour. Oh wow, they got my graphics device. Current field of view, days until my birthday, number of ducks. That's not boring at all. Okay. Yep, sorry about me failing this. Open budget. Okay. Yep. Memorizer. I need to remember to. Yeah, that was really stupid of me to fail that day. Okay, just let it go through.
Lop. Lop.
Lol. Yeah, I mean, I find it interesting, the idea of a satirical education system kind of game, because even though I did somewhat okay in the education system, like, the kind of... Oh, budget. It's somewhat okay where I technically got a degree, and I technically did well, and, you know, that lot. even though it's not in the best of sciences. Like I did it in sociology with psychology, so which is sociology is a science in the UK. So don't yell at me, please. Don't yell at me in the comments. But so. But meanwhile, my older and younger brothers didn't do as well in the education system. They kind of did dreadful. Mostly because they're more hands-on. They're less the type to like sit there and like learn maths, learn science, learn English, that kind of thing. They don't care about that. They're more into like maintenance of like gardens and forestry and that kind of thing.
What?
Fire!
Free?
Me? Yeah, so, and the problem is when you have like a education system
What?
built on the idea of just success, then you're going to drive students who don't really want to learn what you're teaching into the subjects you are. It's why I find like what's called Summerhill School. I really recommend reading it up. If you want a book to read on it, which is really ideal, there's a book called Neill Orange Peel called by A.S. Neill, who was the I forgot. Why did I forget? There. Change success.
Leave?
Change spell. Thing. I really hope I haven't failed because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, Summerhill School's kind of interesting to me in the sense that they I've screwed myself again. I'm really sorry. Okay. Pineapples don't have sleeves. Okay. Memorizer. There.
Leave?
Oh, they have different spells depending on the class they're doing, but they still only have like 4 spells, I think. Yeah, 4 spells, which I'm not pleased with, but whatever. Yeah, so there's a school called Summerhill School where rather than students being forced to lessons to learn like English, math, science, the basics and all that lot, they do kind of teach, but they don't force it on the student. If they want to, if they would rather learn something else, they will do. Like they'll, yep, fire the teachers. Oh.
Me?
Yeah. Yeah, so rather than forcing students to learn, they would let them do whatever. So like, say for instance, a child prefers to learn about engineering. They would try to accommodate to that. Okay, memorizer, cool. They would try to accommodate for teaching in a particular light where it favors like engineering studies. Like they'll teach like maths with engineering in mind, things like that. And it's kind of really interesting because they weren't trying to build like the most intellectual students, but they were trying to build the most psychologically stable students. So rather than like A.S. Neill's comparison usually was a case of hang on, There, I remembered this time. Memorizer. Remember memorizer. But yeah. Like they would, like the common comparison that A.S. Neill, the headmaster, like the ex-headmaster who's passed away by now, but what he used to say was he would rather have a happy binman than an unhappy scientist. Because when someone's happy, like psychologically happy, psychologically stable, that kind of thing, they're more likely to do a better job. They're less likely to drain away from health institutions, because if you're unhappy, then you're less likely to be well. Your immune system's more likely to be shot.
What?
Why does he... I swear... Okay, quickly.
Hey.
Me?
Ah! Okay, I don't know why they keep changing, like, what spell to cast. Like, they keep putting it as, like, not even just at the start of the day, they keep changing it over time as well. But yeah, so he would try to create a stable environment, and you'd think that this would lead to massive truancy problems. The reality was that there was a very high attendance rate. Even though they didn't force it upon the students, they didn't decide, well, you've got to learn. It's you're a student, you've got to learn. What would happen
Hello.
is, by making it so this child didn't have to learn, they'd be more interested in what was being taught, especially when it's being tailored per student. Obviously, this comes with a massive problem where you're basically doing it in a small classroom environment. You're teaching to the precise specifications per child. And well, yep, memorizer. Good. Yeah. So you couldn't really do it in a 30 child classroom, which is what was typical back when I was in compulsory education. You know, it's incredibly hard to do it to that basis. Okay. Pause it.
Roll.
One of them was 300. You bastard. Okay, change spell, memorizer,
Me?
memorizer. But there were obvious problems with the Summerhill method, especially the teacher to student ratio had to be particularly high. But the outcome was fantastic, even though although interestingly, the UCAS, I think it's called, the government body designed to kind of make sure that the grades are okay. For the longest time ever during New Labour, we're talking about 1998 to about 2008, I believe. I think Labour was about for
Lop.
2 years. Sorry, 2 terms. Wait. I did everything correctly. And Hang on. Aha! I didn't lose any money! Oh Christ, that's a really... Most fun stats. Most bullied child. Okay. Hey, sorry about that. Basically, I just hit a weird thing where it said quit, but I didn't think it would... When it said next, I thought it was just going to automatically go to the next mission, while quit would basically put me back to this menu, but now I'm wrong. So there might be a cut. Cut where I just go, ooh. But yeah, if you're interested in like what this game's talking about, I highly recommend looking up Summerhill School. It's a UK school. Look up someone called A.S. Neill. I'll see if I can find a Google Books of A.S. Neill, like a really good book about Summerhill, and I'll put it in the YouTube description below. It's really worthwhile if you're curious about education system, because in terms of the success-driven education system we currently have in America and we have in the UK, it's like the most contrasting education system about. It's more about psychological stability. So it's definitely worth a read, and especially anything by A.S. Neill, because education system can be a really dull thing, really dry subject, but he had the ability to kind of convey what he was talking about in a easy to understand, charismatic way. Like, he would use anecdotes quite often. A lot less dry than me anyway. Anyway, in terms of the game, let's give it a review. Currently it's a tricky game to review because unlike the previous two games where like XCOM, Firewatch, there are really clear in-game kind of purposes to it. Firewatch you play for the narrative. In the end, when I had to review it, I had a bad time. XCOM you play it for like the gameplay, trying to win against the aliens. This, however, I think you have to take into consideration it's a satirical piece. It's not designed to be the best game in the world, and it's a game on a budget as well. Off the top of my head, I'll admit I don't recall the price, but it's gonna be a budget game. I really think it will be. Like, we're talking maybe 10 quid, maybe? Sorry, I don't have the precise price. If I had to give a first impressions review score, I would probably say we're looking at about a 6. A 6 or a 5.5, or maybe as low as a 5, because gameplay wise it's very simplistic. It's easy to manipulate what you're doing, so you're able to get easy wins, at least at the start. I'll admit, later on down the line, I guarantee the game's going to ramp the difficulty up like no tomorrow, and it really should. Gives me an odd Tropico Evil Genius vibe, oddly. But yeah, I kind of and right now I've already had some frustrations with kind of working out what the game wants me to do to solve its puzzle, but in my defense, I was talking about education system, talking about Summerhill, which, fantastic example, I really recommend looking it up. That kind of thing, so I might have overlooked the obvious, like, okay, you should just fire your teachers so you don't have to pay their bills at the end of the day. But, and it's a big but, I don't think this is the type of game you play to have fun, per se. I mean, you'll get a kick out of it. It's definitely charismatic in its silly pineapple ways. As it sneakily informs you about the dehumanization of a success-driven education system. I mean, the satire side, it kind of really works. But I'm not too confident about everything else that it has going for it as a game itself. Obviously, I'll be playing, like, I'll have the full written review posted the same day as this, so I'll have a link in the text below to my written review once I've played through all this, which will be fun. In terms of Twitter, you can find my Twitter account below. And until the next review, I'll see you next time. Bye!